Yeah, goal to get to the fire mages in the monastery. And the problem is the sheep. I can't talk to or interact in any way to random sheep. So basically to pick them up or something. I can't talk to... I've tried the farm to the immediate south of us and to the immediate east of us, and I've found no one there to speak to about the sheep. That would leave us very much the gigantic farm in the east still left, or some other random person who happens to own a sheep. Either that or we missed something. I don't think this guy talks to us.
That's not what I heard.
Bad times.
No, I don't think this guy talked to us either. Certainly about sheep, only about donations.
I want to make a donation.
200, 100 or 50.
But I didn't bring enough gold.
That doesn't matter, my son. You can all...
That's an open secret.
So...
These are bad times.
That's an open secret. Who says things like that?
Everybody knows.
we could go to the fire... lighthouse, I suppose. That would be more of a income generation reasoning, though. Why can't I hit you?
All right. So much for you, filthy beast.
For God's sakes. Red and root. We do need experience too, so... one way or another, I would really like to get to the monastery at this point. And again, I feel this is a badly designed open world adventure. At least how it seems to be playing out. I mean, you have sheep farmers all over the place, but it seems like there's some intended person or location where you're supposed to talk about the sheep to someone. So it's goes totally. What it would be okay in a very tightly packed flat railroad experience. In an open world, that's no good. If we are gonna do that, you'd at least basically point me in the right direction. And I don't think farms is good enough of a tip, because that's the obvious thing that everyone thinks about. But it's more disappointing too, because I can't even bring up the conversation option. I can't talk to them about sheep, to the farmers, I mean. So it's not like they can give me a reason why they want to give me a sheep or sell me a sheep or can't, whatever. It's that the option simply isn't there. So I still think this this is not a good implementation of an open world adventure, because this kind of... holy shit. only, well, not only, but mainly brings more waste of time in the game. There is some positive to this, and the exploration, I fear, is more interesting and better than the first Gothic game, in that there seems to be more of it, and the rewards
Nothing
are
there.
more obvious, more plentiful. Still mostly usables, but here they are, the stone tablets. We've already found a permanent stat increase potion, and we haven't really explored all that much. So it's still an improvement over what it was in Gothic 1, but I feel the implementation is still suffering. Basically, in the sense that it's way too all over the place.
And he works all day too.
This isn't fun for me.
That's an open secret.
Basically, trying to get to guess which farmer the game is talking about. If it's that specific, the game should do one of two things, in my opinion. Either name the farmer you can buy the sheep from, or two, when you reach the first farmer, he can direct you to the person you need to get it from if he's not be able to offer it.
Can you heal me?
I'm sure this is a long game. I've probably played it like 10 hours, that's how it feels like, and I haven't really done much. That's how it feels like again. But
I won't tell her a thing from now on.
the experience itself is so uneventful that I don't feel like I've really done anything here. I certainly don't feel like I've spent my time playing a good game. It's a much better experience than Gothic 1 because it lacks the annoyances of Gothic 1, but it's still not a strong experience. I'm hoping the game does the same thing as Gothic 1 did. Basically that there's a very slow and boring early game and then it sort of picks up and goes somewhere. We got the slow and boring early game down to a T though, so congratulations on that. I just feel it's a terrible way to sort of design your game, because that's where you have to sell your game. That's where you have to hook the player. And I guess I'm sort of a gamer in I mean, not a casual gamer in a sense that I usually, when I start a game, I play it through no matter what. It doesn't matter if it's a great game or the shittiest piece of shit I ever played, I'm still gonna play it through no matter what the experience is like. I don't really... Well, I do hate playing bad games, but it's not like... sometimes playing bad games is also sort of an interesting experience. And it certainly offers nice contrast. Again, if you happen to play better games later on, you sort of tend to appreciate certain things that you might have a sort of ignored before you play some kind of horrible piece of shit where the music is grating to your ears, or even volume balance is all over the place, terrible controls. Still, a lot of little things that you, in a normal, a good game, you take for granted. I mean, when you start missing them, yeah, you get a renewed appreciation of those facts. But more to the point, even shitty games usually have some redeeming qualities. It might be a little thing that they do extremely well, or that they do differently, that that sort of sticks with you. Rings of Power, I think, is is one of those games. It's a piece of shit, objectively speaking, but it has. All the problems with there are in the gameplay, which is for a game is a big problem. But otherwise, as a sort of a puzzle game, it's just fine. Has very nice things about it. A huge world to explore, but again, I still have favorable opinion of the game, even though it is, as I said, objectively a horrible piece of shit. I think we need to go directly forward. Yeah. The problem is we didn't exactly. That's pretty much the last place we haven't asked for a sheep. But we aren't exactly on friendly terms with the locals there, so this is gonna be interesting. By interesting, I mean I'm gonna die about 4 or 5 times before I even get to talk to the farmer there. I don't think I've even talked to him once, though. The landowner. No, the landowner is not the farmer specifically, but we might need to talk to him. I mean, someone who has enough of a authority that who can sell things. Which brings us to the point, we have 1005 gold, so if he demands anything as a reward, we won't be able to afford it. So basically we won't be able to afford it. But there are shopkeepers there. I think there were a couple of wolves here too. There's no way we can get a sheep past them. Oh, we killed the wolves, didn't we? We just didn't want to explore the cavern they came from. No, we don't particularly have a reason not to go in here. We have the skinning abilities, getting monster part abilities. We certainly could use the experience too. Oh crap. God damn, little monster. Still, we survived. Ooh, valuable statue of Inas. I don't understand. It's clearly something special. And who exactly would want it? Seems like a quest item. It's not gonna help us now. Huh. Okay, that's quite a lot of goblins. Yeah, they're definitely going to come our way. that should be enough.
Nothing to plunder.
Come on. There's clearly more goblins than these two in there, so I don't want to stick my nose in there. So, how many goblins do we still have here? Say 2, 3 at the minimum. I guess that's it. Another X. I thought the first one was a mistake, I mean some kind of graphical bug and oddity, but now I'm thinking it is actually an X. But X for what? Scroll piece here, maybe that'll explain things. I don't think it does. It's probably just a fireball scroll or something like that. Another way. Couple of this is clearly part of some quest. I'm guessing the statue we found will also be part of it. Statue of Venus. No, it was some kind of exquisite statue or something like that. Something special either way. Yeah, 2 wolves. I don't think we have much of an option here. If we can get a sheep from here, we can't get it through wolves. That's we might. Yeah, I don't see that working. We'll have to kill these. Shit. Got wolf teeth now too. So excellent. Yeah. We added about 30 value from each wolf killed. That's something. about these floors? They seem to be ignoring us for now. Okay.
That was no big deal. It's a bad business. Things would have turned out differently if it hadn't been for us.
We want to talk to a farmer, not in with any of the mercenaries. I'm done with them. I just want to get to my fire attack so I can burn all my enemies and pay them back. The fireball will probably be our first decent spell. Firebolt would at least allow us to attack from range. I don't think we have mana to even kill a single guy at this point though, so definitely a lot of room to improve on that front. Again, I don't know how much we should improve on those things though, and how much rely on potions. Forget about this system. Currently should be more buttons. Need a third one definitely. Is it on the inner stones or the other stones? Whoops. Don't. Stone Sentinel. Okay. Don't push the buttons. That's certainly doable. But probably shouldn't be picking up fights here.
Wait a minute. Keep your chin up.
That's not so easy.
Lately, it's gotten a lot.
You have sheep.
Everything else all right?
Oh, I can't complain.
Has anyone blown your nose for you today?
Leave me alone, you idiot.
There's this guy who demands a toll from every passerby, claiming he's the farmer.
Yes, I know. That's Bronco. He does whatever he wants. Not that I haven't pounded it into him 1,000 times that he should finally get back to work.
But
He just doesn't do it. My father's quite annoyed with me that I still haven't managed to persuade him to go back to work.
maybe I can help you.
Do you mean that? Okay, listen. If you can get Bronco to go back to work, I'll pay you, shall we say, 10 gold pieces? What do you say?
No problem, but I want more money.
All right, 20 gold pieces then.
All right, I'll see what I can do.
But hurry up about it.
We don't have a snowball's chance in hell to do it, but who cares? We'll take all the quests, rather fail them than leave them taken.
What are you doing on my land? There's nothing here to steal. Clear off.
Isn't there a piece of land in this blasted country that doesn't belong to anyone?
Go to work. Then maybe someday you can call a piece of land your own. But until then, kindly loaf around somewhere else.
Listen,
I don't have any work for you at the moment. Now go.
listen.
I don't have...
So he's not gonna be selling us anything.
Hey. Everything all right with you?
Well, it's so-so. My back hurts from all this hard labor. What are you doing here? I don't get visitors here all that often. Usually it's either some cutthroats from the mountains or those horrible malicious soldiers from the city. They've been raiding our farm rather frequently lately. But you don't look like you're one of them. Or are you?
What are you doing here?
I've been asking myself that for several years. Sekab, my husband, has fallen out with everyone in the area by now. He's in debt everywhere, and so he steals goods from Onar's stocks and sells them in town. By now, he's accumulated a fortune with his underhanded dealings, and he works our field hands until their backs break. His own people call him nothing but slave driver these days. I'm not particularly proud to call myself the wife of Sekab. Believe me, sometimes I wish the barrier were still in place. Would you like to buy something to eat? Or perhaps something for hunting in the forest?
What can you offer me?
What do you want?
Bone bow, damage 125, or a war crossbow from the wife of a local farmer.
Barrier?
Well, it's the dome that used to enclose the old Valley of Mines. Many of the farmers and workers who committed a crime back then were simply tossed in there, and they never came back.
Have you ever been at the barrier?
No, we only heard about it. Bengar, the farmer on the high pastures, can surely tell you more about that. His farm is quite close to the pass which leads to the Valley of Mines.
How can I get to Bengar's farm?
Go ask Balthazar. He's our shepherd. He sometimes leads his animals to graze on Bengar's pastures up there. He'll be able to tell you how to get there.
Why did the militia attack you on your farms here?
Because there's nobody there to prevent them from simply plundering our farms instead of buying our goods. The king is far away, and we just have to put up with working for Onar and hoping that Onar will send help when we really need it.
What does Onar's help look like?
Sometimes we receive warning in advance when some militiamen are planning to pay us a visit on their own account to rob us. Then we send somebody to the old landowner to ask him for help. And then usually, it doesn't take long for the mercenaries he pays to come here and chase off the militia. But when all is said and done, the mercenaries aren't much better.
Keep your chin up.
Take care of yourself and don't let them get to you.
He has accumulated to quite amount of wealth, has he? One chest there, one chest there. Really, two chests? No. Yeah, look. The guy who doesn't want to work here is the axeman who tried to kill me. I understand him bullying people, but just axing them down because they don't pay him a little money? We can't take him, not especially not in our condition. That's him.
Hey!
But yeah, that's the one down, and pretty sure we can't buy any sheep here either. Can't ask about sheep, can't do anything relating to sheep. So this is what I don't like. I'm not sure what the problem is. Is it some kind of planning issue? That you're basically used to programming a game where you have to go, a typical RPG game where you have to go to a specific place to go and do the specific thing. It doesn't translate well to an open world adventure. Not when the items in question that you really want a player to get seem to be common. Okay, there's only 2 farms left. The main farm with the mercenaries and the farm down south. I'd rather get it from the south, but to be honest, at this point I think it's not really an option. Probably come after me if I go close to him. You.
Hey. Hello, beautiful maid.
Stop trying to sweet talk me, boy, and tell me what you want. I'm busy.
There's that.
How's the field work coming?
Look at these huge fields we have to work, and you know how we're doing. Are you looking for farm work?
Maybe.
In that case, you should go and see our farmer Sekob, the old slave driver. Maybe he's got something for you. Of course. You could also try Onar's farm at the end of the long road. But beware of the mercenaries. They don't take to strangers.
Say, the nasty fellow over there.
That's Bronco. What about him?
Is that your farmer?
Ha! Is that what he told you? Sekob is our farmer. Bronco is nothing but a layabout and a good-for-nothing, but strong as an ox. That's why nobody says anything when he doesn't work. The only people who could get him to work are the mercenaries. He's afraid of them.
And apart from that?
I'm busy.
I won't let myself be used by it.
Yeah. Wonder if we could bullshit him into submission. Don't particularly want to try it now when we can't back that up with anything. I just want my own sheep. Is that too much to ask? I don't understand why I can't just go in there and grab one and run away or something. Why does it have to be so goddamn specific? It's like being asked to bring wolf skin and then you have to bring some specific wolf skin instead of anyone. Or only one wolf in the entire game world gives out the skin, no one else does. It just doesn't make any sense. Okay, we might want to... Why can't I just take you? Yeah, tempt them with my free candy van. Yeah, there's sheeps all over the place. God damn it, game. This is not cool. I don't understand why I have to pay for the 1000 gold and the sheep anyway, when everything else seems to be fairly easily accessible. But for this one thing you have to basically sacrifice all your gold. Stone tablet. Since we're here, we might as well take everything. What is this? It's gold. How much gold? 25. I don't understand why they're not added to my gold directly. Maybe some of them can be used as quest items or something like that. But they have the value indicated there, so it's directly you can see how much gold there is in the pouch.
Who let you in here? What are you doing here on my farm?
Oh, I want to buy a sheep.
Everything all right here on the farm?
I don't see how that's any of your business. You don't belong on the farm.
How about work?
I want to work for you.
I don't need a farmhand right now. My people see to everything else. You have no business here in the house, so get out.
No.
You're revolting against the city, or so I've heard.
Now listen up. I inherited this farm and this land from my father, and he inherited it from his father. I'm not going to allow that greedy imbecile of a king to make off with all that just in order to feed his useless armies. The war with the orcs has been going on forever. And where do we stand? On the edge of defeat. No, I prefer to defend my farm myself. The money that I save this way can pay for my own army.
I want to buy a sheep.
What are you doing here then? See a sheep anywhere?
If
you want to buy a sheep, go out to the pasture. It's to the right of my house. Have Pepe sell you one.
Who are you? Pepe. Right of my house, have Pepe. Sorry. Okay, Pepe. Where are you? Can you sell me a sheep?
Nobody ever asked for my opinion. Surprise me. All that matters is that will never change.
That's Bodo. It's not Pepe at all.
It's bad business.
Are you Pepe? No, you're Cord.
If you have a problem with wolves or field raiders, go talk to one of the younger mercenaries. You can come to me when the paladins show up here.
What?
Whenever one of you peasants comes to me, it's always about slaughtering innocent beasts.
I'm not a peasant.
Oh? What is it you want then?
Teach me how to fight.
I only train mercenaries or worthy candidates.
Pepe? Where's Pepe? Are you Pepe? Don't look like a Pepe. Please sell me a sheep.
What are you doing here?
Guarding sheep. And if possible, staying out of trouble.
Doesn't always work, does it?
Nah, especially not with the mercenaries. I'm really glad to be out here in the pasture, although it can be dangerous too.
What's so dangerous in the pasture?
There's a small pack of wolves that roams the area. Lately, the damn beasts have come by and eaten one of my sheep almost every day. A few days ago, I had almost twice as many sheep. I don't want to think what Onar will do to me when he finds out.
Why didn't you tell the mercenaries about the wolves? I thought they worked for you.
Yeah, I know. I should have done that, but I didn't, damn it. And now, with so many sheep gone, I'm afraid to tell anyone about it at all.
But you just told me.
I'm already regretting that, too.
What if I killed those wolves?
You? By yourself? I don't believe it. I'd sooner trust my bellwether to do that.
Forget it. It was just a suggestion. I'll go over to the boys and see what they say about it.
Wait a minute. Okay, you're the greatest and you can take on 100 wolves at once, no problem. Mostly they lurk between the trees near the pasture. I think there were only 4.
Hmm. 4 wolves doesn't sound too bad. as long as we're talking about one at a time wolves. Not seeing any wolves here though. There's something here. Could this be the witch woman? No, not a woman.
Hey! Everything all right?
Ah, an unfamiliar wanderer. I am very busy, so what do you want?
What are you doing here?
Well, the things a woodcutter and hunter usually do.
What interesting things are there to see here?
Interesting is well put. If you go deeper into the woods here, you'll run into some very evil fellows. They're about 10 feet tall, hairy, and in a really bad mood. So don't go there if you're not strong enough for them.
Hunting.
Can you teach me something about hunting?
Sure, but first get me something decent to eat. I'm dying of hunger out here. I want a bottle of milk, a loaf of bread, and a fat ham. Then I'll teach you what you want.
Here's the food you wanted.
Fantastic. And now,
Teach me how to hunt.
what do you want to learn?
Remove heart, remove mandibles, Shadow Beast Horn. I don't think we can afford any of this. More to the point, as far as money is concerned, I'm not sure I want to. But I sort of feel like I'm committed at this point. But it's not something I want to get right now. I'd like to get Magic Circle level 1. So that costs 10 points, which means about 2,000 more experience points. And he does seem to provide interesting things. I'm not too concerned about mandibles, but a heart, for example, is something new to me. What's so special about hearts? Are those wolves? Yeah. There's no way I can take them on at the same time. That's besides the point too, but yeah, we need the experience, we really do. Could I rest here? Maybe use Grom's help here.
One less monster around.
We're about hitting you. I'm not sure even if these are the wolves he was talking about. Holy shit, that's a troll, isn't it? Still, there's only 2. And I am not going in that direction no matter what, so... Okay. Rock crystal. Wait, is that taking us somewhere? Or is that a dead end?
I used to say that myself.
It can't go on like this forever.
I couldn't get away with that. You don't have to tell me that.
Anything's possible.
Scroll.
He simply needs to practice more. What does he know about it?
Who said that?
A few lockpicks would be helpful.
Yeah, ran out of lockpicks.
I couldn't get away with that.
You can cheat your way through those, but
Do you really
meh.
think?
And there's more.
It cheapens the skill quite a bit.
No secret.
They all ran like rabbits.
I mean, without changing settings, it doesn't. That's a spell scroll. The combination doesn't change. So you can, sooner or later you'll get to the end of it if you just load. But that's pretty cheap. You might as well disable the entire thing at that point and just remove all the locks from the game that you can lockpick.
You can't rely on that. And there's more, believe me.
He was falling.
So 2 wolves killed. I still don't know if they were the wolves we were looking for though. I'm not sure if that's in any way necessary, probably not, but again, it seems like something we can do, and something we can do now. So experience quests, that sort of thing. We do need the experience, we desperately need the experience. Come on. Surely you can jump that. Would this be the witch then? Oh, these are the 4 wolves, I think he was talking about them. Young wolves. Well, that's a piece of cake then. I thought this might have been more of a challenge, but it's even easier than I thought. Which is okay. Okay by me. Seems that I just made the right decision by trying to do this now. Very much so. Yeah, piece of cake. So whose hut is this? You could have basically gotten all the wool skins. Hide of a shadow piece. Wool skins you needed for the wool skin mission in this one place. Dagger and gold. 186 gold. Cax. What is that? That energy going back and forth. Probably something we can't take on at the moment. Willow bow. Probably better than what we have. Yeah. Okay. Mission accomplished, I guess. Let's get the sheep. Let's join the fire mages.
Hey, you! I've done in the wolves.
You did it! Thank Innos. But now I still don't know how to tell Onar that all those sheep are gone. It's all that damn Bulko's fault.
What did you say about Bulko?
He's one of the mercenaries. It was actually his job to guard the pasture. But instead, he and his pal Silvio hang around Thekla in the kitchen all day. It's that bastard's fault if I don't get paid for weeks because of the lost sheep. I wish I could at least punch him in the mouth for it, but nobody stands a chance against him. The guy's a killer.
Can I buy a sheep?
Anytime, if you can pay the price. A sheep will cost you 100 gold pieces. If you pay, you can take a sheep, but you have to treat it well.
Yeah. Show it all the love and tender. Okay, we don't... If we do this, we don't have the 1,000 needed for the monastery. Shit. Yeah, we're like 14 gold short. Like to do the necessary trading before taking the sheep. We might be able to do it later too. I don't want to take chance if I don't have to. Basically, if we sell anything, we will get the money.
I used to say that myself.
Everything fine with you?
If it's something important, go talk to Lee. Otherwise, leave me alone.
Leave me alone.
Hey, where do you think you're going?
To the house, of course.
Onar pays us not to let guys like you in here.
I want to talk to Lee.
What do you want from him?
I want to join the mercenaries.
Fresh cannon fodder. Then go on in. Lee is in the right wing. Don't even think about it. But above all, leave Onar alone. He doesn't like it when people talk to him without being asked. Especially not guys like you.
Who the hell is cellar here.
Hey, you!
That's you hardly know who to believe these days.
You just have to listen. Gonna change.
Cipher.
Hey, you! How are things?
Hey, don't I know you from somewhere?
It's possible.
I used to deal in swamp weed back in the colony. Remember?
And there's more, believe me.
And what are you dealing in now?
Ah, don't ask. I brought a whole package of swamp weed with me from the mining colony. Many of the mercenaries like a little smoke now and then. I've earned a small fortune on the side. But some bastard stole all the weed from my chest. I'm pretty sure it was that Bodo. He bunks in the same room as me, and he always grins at me like such an idiot. Nothing amazes me anymore.
What are you going to do about the thief, then?
One of these days, I'll catch him puffing away on my weed. And then, I'll find a quiet spot and teach him a lesson he won't forget. If I knock him down here in the middle of the yard, the other farmers will notice, and I'll pay an arm and a leg.
How come?
Quite simple. We can't rough up the farmers, otherwise Lee makes us pay a heavy fine. That's the way Onar wants it. And the more witnesses there are, the more of a fuss there is. That makes things more expensive. So I'll pull the thing off nice and inconspicuously.
Show me your wares.
I don't have any swamp weed at the moment. Do you want something else?
And there's more.
A rock sword. Willow bow.
Nobody will learn anything from me.
And that's the
Okay. Blood chalice. Gold dish. Gold chalice. How much do we need? Yeah. Silver chalice should do it.
you can't rely on.
1101 gold, so we'll be left with one gold piece.
I know what I mean.
There's nothing you can do about it.
You just have to receive everything you hear.
There's nothing you can do about it.
We're basically trying to get to the monastery without fighting at this point. Give me the sheep.
Here's 100 gold pieces. Give me a sheep, then.
Good. Then take Betsy. You'll find her in the pasture. Just tell her she should follow you. She's pretty smart for a sheep. Treat her well.
Hello, sheep. Come with me.
Betsy is an obedient girl, isn't she? Let's go, Betsy. How good are you at following? She seems happy about it. Let's go. If we get her eaten up, we'll have to just load. Hopefully I can tell her to wait. Basically have her function as a normal NPC, more or less.
That will never change.
Just in case I spot trouble, or we try to move past an area and it won't work.
That's not what I heard.
You can't rely on it. Why'd you pick that up then?
He isn't all that fast. That's cause for slight concern. Yeah, we're going to pretty much go back and forth, try to zigzag between the monsters and the guards. Hopefully Betsy doesn't feel too brave. Okay. That's an important first step. Still, the fire mages better goddamn provide me with everything, because I ain't got shit after this.
You hardly know who to believe these days.
He really should have known better.
That's been known a long time.
I think our path to the tavern should be totally clear. And there's just a minor spot right before the monastery where there are a couple of those gigantic bird creatures, scavengers. Those might be a problem. Ah, so close, so close. Final stretch, Betsy.
Hey, you! Show me your wares.
Goblin skeleton. Can you bless me?
Bless me.
I bless you in the name of Innos. May the Lord's fire burn in your heart and give you the strength to act according to his justice. May Innos...
So it's a way to get a free blessing. I have a very strong feeling there's a way to get inside the monastery without doing this, but we've wasted like probably closer to 10 hours without achieving anything, so I'm sort of sick of it. I just want to get my spell casting ability. Can we get it? No. We need about 1000 experience, but at least we are a member. That'll probably get us experience in and of itself too. That'll help.
I want to become a novice.
I see that you have brought the required offering. If you are truly willing, you are now free to become a novice. However, if you make this decision, there is no going back. Consider well if this is your path.
Yes, I want to dedicate my life to the service of Innos.
Then be welcome, brother. I give to you the key to the monastery gate. As a sign of your free decision, it is up to you to open the gate and step through. You are now a novice. Wear this robe as a sign that you are now a member of this brotherhood. When you are in the monastery, go to Parlin. He'll see to your needs from now on.
Will my transgressions be forgiven now?
Not yet. Speak to Master Parlin. He will bless you and wash you clean of your sins.
And we're broke. Ooh, we got an armor. Look cool now, but how cool compared to our previous armor. Yeah, leather build probably doesn't do anything now. Weapon 36. Yeah, it does. Yeah, together with it says 5 weapon and arrow protection, but together with leather armor it has an additional 5. Okay, it's fine. Ah, finally! Progress. Are you all men? Guess I now know why they want you to bring a sheep with you here.
Welcome, new novice. I am Parlin.
I am
a novice. It is not important who you were before. Now you are a servant of Innos. That is all that matters. And with the acceptance into the Brotherhood of Fire, all of your previous transgressions will be forgiven. May Innos bless this man who places his life in his service and wash away his sins.
And now?
First, you will fulfill the duties of a novice. You will work and serve the Brotherhood. But take your sheep to Omnos first. He will take care of it. You can give your gold to Gorax, our steward. You will find him in the winery. When you have done that, we shall speak about your work here in the monastery.
Will never change.
You have to feel sorry for the poor guy.
Yeah, please get the fuck out there. That's incredibly disruptive.
Do you really think?
Okay, who wants this sheep?
Hey!
Hello. You must be the new guy. I'm Opulus. I take care of the sheep around here.
That's no secret.
I bet you do.
How long have you been in the monastery?
I've been here 3 years, but so far I haven't studied, although I'd like to.
Why not?
My job is looking after the sheep, not studying the scriptures. As long as Master Parlin doesn't release me from this duty, I'm not allowed to study in the library.
Sooner or later.
Why haven't I heard about this before?
How shall I act here in the monastery?
Never lie to a magician. Don't transgress against a brother of the community. Respect the property of the community. If you violate these rules, you have to pay a penalty to Master Parlin. Apart from that, I can only advise you to be careful around Aegon. If you don't watch out, you'll end up like Babo.
Things I could tell you.
Who are Aegon and Babo?
Aegon takes care of the herb garden. He's also a novice, but he acts like he was the chosen one himself. Babo came to the monastery shortly before you. At first he helped Aegon in the herb garden, but they must have had a fight, and Babo has been sweeping the courtyard ever since.
Do you know what happened?
Not exactly. You'll have to ask them. But Aegon's word has more weight than that of the other novices because he's the governor's nephew.
Nothing's ever gonna change that.
Is there anything you can teach me?
Sure. I used to beat up people. I can show you how to strengthen your arms. But I'd like to learn something about potions, especially about magic potions.
How can I help you with that?
Well, if you work for Neoras, you'll certainly have an opportunity to borrow one of his recipes for a short time. If you bring it to me so that I can take a look at it, I'll train you.
His decision, wasn't it?
Nothing's ever gonna change
About the
that.
library.
That's the locked room to the left, next to the gate. But you'll only get the key when Master Parlin decides that you may study the teachings.
Hey,
Okay.
you! Look here, I brought Betsy. Can I leave her with you?
Yes, of course. Good-looking animal. I'll take good care of her.
All kinds of rumors.
But you will. I'd like to pay the cost if I
You already
can.
know what I think.
Someone from the wine cellar or whatever. This doesn't look like a wine cellar. What the hell was it anyway? Yeah, but where's the guy who I need to give the money to? I don't think I can progress before I do that, so I'd like to get it out of the way.
You are not permitted to.
Enos be with you. I've never seen you before. You are new around here.
Yes, I only just joined.
In that case, I hope you get settled here fast. Let me know if I can help you with anything.
What room is this?
This is where they keep the holy relics of the monastery.
What relics?
Here rests the Hammer of Enos, along with the Shield of Fire. These are the most important relics of Church of Enos, outside the capital of the realm.
Tell me about the hammer.
This is the sacred Hammer of Enos. With this hammer, Saint Robar slew the Stone Sentinel. The Holy Scriptures say that the Stone Sentinel was invulnerable. He stood in battle like a tower, and the weapons of his enemies were smashed on his skin of stone. With the name of Enos on his lips, Robar hurled himself at the monster and crushed it with one mighty blow of his hammer.
Sounds like something we should probably keep an eye on.
Tell me about the shield.
The Shield of Fire was borne by Dominique in the battle on the Southern Isles. But the power of the shield is never to be wielded again. Therefore, we have nailed it to the wall.
Is the Eye of Enos kept here too?
Of course not. What a strange idea. Nobody knows where that divine artifact is to be found.
What are you doing here?
I am the guardian of...
Don't you ever sleep?
What an unusual notion. Of course I don't ever sleep. Enos himself grants me the power which allows me to forego sleep altogether. For how else could I fulfill the sacred duties of guardianship?
Makes sense.
Do you really never sleep?
No. If a guardian falls asleep, he has failed. But I shall not fail, for Enos gives me the strength and endurance, and I shall never tire.
Sacred Hammer. Fair enough.
I always act in the name of Enos.
So, who's responsible for the wine then? Not you. Is it? No, you're an alchemist. We should never come down here, apparently. Or should we? Treasury? Larder. What is larder? I have no idea.
What's new?
The time has come again. One of the novices will soon be accepted into the Circle of Fire. The tests will soon begin.
I want to become a mage.
That's what many of the novices want, but only a very few are ordained as chosen and get the chance to be accepted into the Circle of Fire. To be a magician of the Circle of Fire is the highest honor which can be granted to you in our order. You will have to work hard in order to get your chance.
Who is the leader of this monastery?
We novices serve the magicians of the Circle of Fire. They in turn are led by the High Council, which consists of the 3 most powerful magicians. But Parlan is responsible for all the affairs of the novices. He is always in the courtyard watching the novices work.
What can you tell me about this monastery?
We grow our modest provisions here ourselves. We raise sheep and make wine. There is a library, but its use is limited to the magicians and the chosen novices. We other novices mainly see to it that the magicians of the Circle of Fire want for nothing.
Okay, please allow me to waste my 1,000 gold and throw it into the wind. Really, that's not too much to ask. Seriously. What did I need to give it some money again?
Hey!
It's not you.
What do you want?
What are you doing here?
I have transgressed against the precepts of the community. Now I'm waiting for the decision of the High Council, whether I may remain in the monastery.
Tell me what happened.
I took a book from the rooms of the magicians while I was sweeping, so I could read it later. Master Highglass noticed it immediately, of course, and asked me about the book. Out of fear of being punished, I lied about it. But he caught me later when I was in my chamber with the book. He was really angry and informed the High Council. Now they are discussing whether I can stay.
Probably not.
Is there any way I can help you?
No. I've been delivered up to the mercy of Innos and the magicians.
There have been all kinds of rumors.
Pretty much a direct violation of your oath.
I've got no time for things like that.
So do I need to pay the money?
Hey, hello. You're also new here, aren't you?
Yes. How long have you been here?
I've been here for 4 weeks. Have you already been given a fighting staff?
Not so far.
Then take this one. We novices all carry a staff as a sign of our ability to defend ourselves. Can you fight?
Well, I've wielded a weapon or two.
If you want, I can teach you something. However, I have a request.
What request would that be?
Well, one of the paladins, Sergio, is in the monastery at the moment. If you can persuade him to go through a few exercises with me, then I'll train you.
I shall see what can be done. What happened between you and Aegon?
Oh, we had a disagreement about how to take care of fire nettles. Aegon had watered them so much that the plants almost had root rot already. Once the roots were completely rotten, he blamed me for it. They've made me sweep the courtyard all day ever since.
Why did Aegon do that?
You'll have to ask him that. I think he just can't stand it when someone is better than he is.
You seem to know a thing or two about plants.
We had an herb garden where I learned a few tricks from my grandpa. I'd really prefer to work in the garden again. You should have known better.
How's life here in the monastery?
I don't mean to complain, but I never thought that it would be so strict here. If you don't stick to the rules, they punish you. Of course, a lot of novices want to study the teaching of Innos in the library, so they can be prepared if they're chosen. But I think the best preparation for the test of magic is fulfilling our own tasks.
What's the deal with the Chosen and that test?
Talk to Brother Igaraz. He knows a lot about that.
Yeah, talk to this and that, but I have no idea where Mr. This and That is, so not exactly useful in any way. I do intend to follow the rules while in the monastery. Outside the monastery, not so much.
Can I be of assistance to you?
Do you want 1,000 golds?
What's your task here?
My tasks are many and varied. Not only am I the steward, but I am also the treasurer. Moreover, I supervise the wine cellar, and I'm in control of the monastery's food supplies. So, if there's anything you need, you can always come to me and get it. For a modest contribution, that is.
I've brought a heap of gold.
Ah, You're bringing your offering for Enos. That's good of you, my son. I shall use your offering for the best of the monastery, as it pleases Enos.
I'm looking for a place to sleep.
There's an empty bed right next door. The first on the right, next to the entrance. You can sleep there. You can store your belongings in one of the unused chests. And remember, you have no business entering the sleeping chambers of the magicians. You're also not allowed to enter the library, unless you've been given permission.
I need a few things.
Yeah, 1 gold. Ulthar enchanted this wand. Value 1000. Strength required 40, 30, 25. Not a huge strength requirement. Two-handed weapon though, which is lovely, because that's not what we took. So, fuck you game. Fuck you right in the ass. Means we are not going to be using the magical wands, because it will mean we would waste tens of points to get that skill, so yeah. Weapon protecting a chance of fire. Preparedness. Magician's robe or novice's robe. Yeah, it doesn't even translate. What a horse crap. That's a sensible thing to buy, definitely. Key to the portal of the monastery of Inas. Goblin skeleton, wind fist. Sleep. Small light. Light. Fire arrows. Yeah, we can't afford any of this. We do need to sell stuff. Teeth. Not all of these are worthless. I mean, there's no point selling these here. You basically have to find a specialized buyer for all of this crap. So this is a lot less attractive as an option than I thought. Body parts are more or less worthless. What do we get? You get 1/5 of the actual value back. Unless you find that specialized buyer. So this would be worth 24 gold, or if we go to the hunter, 120. So that's quite a difference, which makes me feel like I wasted my learning points and money learning these skills. I would have basically taken sneaking and lockpicking rather, and just forget about that. That's what we're gonna get. It doesn't makes me want to not sell anything. Very disappointed. Okay, we got some kind of a fighting weapon. Fighting pike, we don't have the strength, but two-handed does a little bit more damage. But again, two-handed weapon, so it's totally worthless for us. Either way, we paid our dues, so I think I'll end this by simply resting. So we're gonna start our life in the monastery. I'm thinking of abandoning all combat abilities at this point, basically going 100% on magic. I can see that being causing a huge amount of problems, just thinking of how it would have worked in Gothic 1, but I want to commit to something. It doesn't really matter what it is, and since we are already a fire mage, it's gonna be magic. Because if we keep on splitting our concentration and specialization at this point, we will never reach the point where we're good at taking down anything. And with a mage, we need a lot of money, probably, to get the runes. And we're gonna need a lot of mana to be able to even have the potential ability to kill anyone with magic. So yeah, this isn't gonna be easy. Ah, let's see how it goes though. And we need about more than 1000 experience before we can even learn our first spells. So hopefully the shitty jobs we'll have to do in here will earn us that experience. Otherwise, yeah, this is gonna be painful no matter how I look at it. Hopefully we have what it takes.